with that 1-0 lead. Can Team Who, a team that a lot of people even surprised that they're here in the first place, can they come back and at least force a third and final game? That's what we're here to find out. Joined by Mini once again. They started off with the Swiftblade pickup here. The initial bands were Warbies, Tremble, and Doctor, and Silhouette. So a little bit of a reaction to the first game. You see the Doctor band coming out from Team Who over there. They get that Swiftblade, though. And then there's the Magnus response for Nullstone to start things off. So we'll see how this game shapes up, specifically with those picks. Obviously, when it came to the picks last game, the idea of the Mage Band sure could work possibly, but just as a team, just really kind of fell apart. So see how much they change things up this time around, though. Again, starting off with the Swiftblade, though, already a little bit different here. They got Parasite, though, once again. Nope, they did not have Parasite last time.
I think the two games they won last series against Ogre, they had Swiftblade, so maybe going back to roots, perhaps. Good against, obviously, Magnus, good against most heroes in the meta right now. That's why the hero is so strong, just because of the magic community. Perhaps we might see some physical presence like Prisoner or something that works very well against Swiftblade. I think the last couple of times I've seen Prisoner really dominate a Swiftblade because obviously their physical presence from both the hook and the ulti goes through, which would be kind of cool. Or even Deadwood, for example.
Yeah.
Would be cool to see. Deadwood's still on the board. It worked for Nullstone well last game. I don't see why it wouldn't this game as well, to be honest.
You know, it's something funny, actually. I don't think either one of us caught up, and it happened very late in the game, but I guess Valkyrie ended up buying a Spell Sunder as well. And I'm pretty sure, again, a little bit of trolly there, but hey, magic damage on the arrow was a call to Valkyrie, and the Thunderclaw was magic damage, so something there now, probably.
It just doesn't scale. That's the biggest thing, though. Like, and Valkyrie was not really built to scale into the late game, but pretty funny. But yeah, Rhapsody again decent against any. But actually, who pick up Prisoner? Maybe that could be just someone trying to take away from Nullstone, perhaps. But good against Magnus as well. Obviously, can stop him from using the Lava Surge with the Shackled.
Yeah, we saw the other day. I want to say it was even yesterday. We saw the Swiftblade counters. Prisoner being one of those. Coming out, and who was the other one in that game? Just a lot of physical.
Was it Deadwood?
It wasn't Deadwood. It was somebody else.
No, I don't think it was actually. I think you're right.
Like physical lockdown or something like that. But
Legionnaire. I think it was Legionnaire.
Might have been Legionnaire. Yeah. Anyways, the point being, they just really stuck it to Swiftblade. It was like he could not.
Yeah. That's right. It's because those kind of heroes, like they aren't picked up a lot. Well, no, obviously they are getting picked up a little bit more now. But before they weren't picked up at all. So that's why Swiftblade was so strong. But when you start picking heroes like Prisoner and Legionnaire, then Swiftblade just doesn't seem as strong as he used to be.
Bubbles here, pretty routine. Again, a good counter pick to a Prisoner as well, in that matchup at least. That take cover makes it very difficult for Prisoner to do much. It's going to get both are good against one another. Obviously, Prisoner does have the W is good against Bubbles.
Doesn't stop him. Doesn't stop him.
The Shackle doesn't stop Shell Surf?
Nope, doesn't count as a movement ability. It's weird.
What? Really?
Doesn't stop it. Yep, doesn't stop it.
That's stupid.
That's not the one bit of mechanical knowledge I have, otherwise I get it all wrong, but I know that is right, though.
Really? I've just always thought that was a thing, because it made sense, but okay.
Yeah, that's why Bubbles is kind of a big counter to Prisoner. Not only in lane, but because of that as well. But,
well then, never mind. Bands developing here, in fact, just about finishing up. Valkyrie, Glacius, Tempest, and Clanks. Now, I do know it works against Magnus, both his Lava Surge and
yeah.
It is great against him, so.
It's kind of strange, though, because Magnus and Bubbles kind of have similar sort of cues in that respect, but I guess Bubbles sort of ports to it, so he kind of goes into like an invulnerable teleport kind of state, whereas Magnus sort of travels with his stun. I don't know. Regardless, it goes, so it doesn't stop him kind of thing. But Nullstone are definitely going to need to pick up some physical presence. They've got a lot of magic from Magnus and Raps and Bubbles, but not a lot to deal with, like the Swiftblade, obviously, but also just in general in terms of raw damage. They need some physical presence. Perhaps Gemini, something that I know Beaverbanger does like to play. Oogie's still on the board, I guess, but again, still following the lines of magic damage than physical. But again, the hero's so strong, I guess you'd probably pick it up if it's on the board. I don't see why not.
Yeah. Extra time for both teams being dove into pretty heavily here. Got the final ban for Nullstone now, and there you go. It is going to be Midas, actually. We did see Midas being ran by Team Who last game in the losing effort, but still a hero that's gaining more and more attention over time. Puppet Master is their, I'm guessing, going to be, of course, their carry of choice, so that means Swiftblade's Suicide then.
I'd like to see a hard physical presence carry who builds Shrunken Head here for Nullstone. Because Puppet Master, as well as Parasite, do a lot of magic damage, more so than the Puppet Master, and obviously you want to pick up a Shrunken Head against him, but also they need some physical presence. So that's why I'm leaning a little bit away from Oogie and Gemini, because both don't really build Shrunken Head. But then if you you don't pick those two carries, then you're gonna build a really hard carry kind of thing, like Dark Lady. And it just doesn't seem that much of a style of Beaver Banger, or the style of Nullstone in general. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah.
The only reason why I'm really sort of saying I need to pick up some physical presence though is because Prisoner, Puppet Master, and even Swiftblade to an extent might pick up a Shrunken Head. Kronos though, that's a hard carry that has physical presence and probably will build Shrunken Head as well. So, or unless they're going to run that as Suicide, I guess. But
yeah, I mean Kronos though. Again, this is a hero that's getting got a lot of attention after the nerfs happened to him. More so in the sense of oh well, he's useless now, and he just really dropped off.
I think he's still good. Particularly, he's with Magmus as well. So the nerf to his ultimate isn't going to be too prevalent against Magmus because he can just channel Eruption, just jump into it, kind of thing, and then stun after it's finished. The 25% will not be stopped from that. Kind of good against Puppet Master as well because if he's really lucky with the rewinds, then Puppet Master's ult can be completely negated. The Q is still stopped from Prisoners Shackled though, as well. So,
yeah, true there. Well, yeah, will it be played as a carry, though, as a Suicide? We'll still have to find out here. From,
I don't think I've seen
Nullstone.
Beaver Banger play carry Kronos, though.
Well, not many people have played Kronos in general, so...
That's true, I guess.
Let alone Nullstone, so...
Yes, you're right.
Maybe there's something to that. But, yeah, they also seem like a team that just really likes to have a jungler, too. So something tells me we are going to see... Ophelia's still on the board. Obviously, Warbeast was banned way long ago, but I believe Legionnaire is still there, if I'm not mistaken, so...
That must be carried in. It's going to have to be carried. But it's good though. It's someone that can really get to the back lines of Puppet Master. In the last game where Ogre were facing Who, although Who still won that matchup, they were having issues trying to get to the Puppet Master in the back end. But it's that Legionnaire though, so they've got two ways of really getting to the back lines of Puppet Master. They can completely almost jump past the front line presence from both Swiftblade and Prisoner. And because Puppet Master is he's a very squishy carry, he can dish out a lot of damage. Like most ranged carries, but if you can get in their face, you can just blow them up, and Kronos is the perfect carry to do so, and he's probably won't even need a Shrunken Head, honestly, because he's going to blow up them before they do any of their magic damage like Puppet Master, so yeah, really nice pickup.
Alright, here we go. 5 versus 5, that's what it always is. I don't know why I said that, but we got game number 2 here. I mean, I sometimes... Just like to reiterate the obvious. Just state the very, very obvious. This is a 5 versus 5 game, guys. This is not our 3 versus 3 tournament that we've never ran. Alright, anyways. Here we go. Kronos carry. That's going to be fun.
I'm wondering if Nullstone are going to get picked off, or not picked off, but almost fall victim to what they had in game 1. They picked somewhat of a greedy short lane with Kronos. Obviously, last game was Mage, but they picked a greedy jungler as well, and they're going against a Parasite. Parasite picked up boots here as well, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see Empath, Swiftblade, or even maybe Empath plus Prisoner offlane, and then Parasite in the aggressive jungle as well, to really trying to box out the Kronos and Legionnaire, and I think it could work quite well. Legionnaire isn't going to be doing too much against the Parasite, and Swiftblade plus Empath is going to be quite a good combo against whatever Nullstone are going to throw at him either. So. And this Prisoner skin is pretty trippy.
It almost looks like he has a double damage rune.
Yeah, it does. It actually does.
I had to think for a second. I'm like, wait, double damage Prisoner at the beginning? That's OP, but I guess that's just the skin. It's kind of interesting, but yeah, they're roaming through now. The Ward of Sight was placed very early on here by Nullstone, so they knew that they were coming over as they are. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Oh. Yeah, that's an interesting skin. He does have a double damage, man. Kind of messing with them. Yeah, I don't know if that's honestly intended or not, because...
I think it's... What it is, I think it's... this is one of the 7...
It's like the bonus, yeah.
Yeah, so if you have all 7, then you get the pro one. It's like the same with the 7 deadly sins. If you have all 7, then they get their own sort of special effect. Which is kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, think that needs to be addressed, though, to be honest, because that is a little. I mean, it's kind of an advantage to an extent. So, anyways, server's much better at least. We got that going for us apparently.
Nah, they're gonna win now.
Yeah, there you go. Server change, good to go. Yeah, you made a good point though about Chronos too. Going to be played as a carry Chronos, but yeah, Prisoner, the shackle, another thing that it could be decent against. You know, the fact that he won't be able to use that time leap of his if he gets shackled. So Chronos carry, man. Again, that means also the idea of getting, say, like a Resto Stone, probably not going to be the case. Yeah,
out of the picture. But what's going to be kind of cool though is that like after Kronos got nerfed, he become more of a carry because of his ultimate. Like, obviously, the 25% reduced damage was all about outside of the field, and obviously Kronos, when he was played as a suicide, he was sort of setting up. He was, the setup kind of thing. But obviously with the carry Kronos, he can set up for himself, and all the damage is done within the Kronos field because he plays as a carry. So that's the reasoning why we see a lot more carry Kronos than suicide. Although we barely see Kronos.
Yeah, I was going to say
no,
a lot more carry Kronos. The idea makes sense. It does. You see at the top lane, Swiftblade and Empath are up here, and of course you got Parasite aggressive jungle as well. But Legionnaire, probably a little bit better against a Parasite than other junglers, where he can kind of stand his ground somewhat and get some spin procs off as well and hurt him. But I mean, Parasite still is the ultimate I'm going to really be annoying to you jungler kind of guy.
They should have actually blocked this hard camp as well, honestly. They blocked the one on the left here to sort of stop the presence of having them in the lane. Which is obviously the more important camp to block, obviously, so then at least Parasite won't be as pressure the top lane, but he's still going to be a little bit of annoyance to Legionnaire, but you're right though, Legionnaire can somewhat man-fight him because of the spins, and he's going to farm a lot faster than the Solstice, like in game 1, just because he farms faster than the Solstice because the one roll just do a lot more damage, so yeah. Should be fine, and Parasite's going to be annoying, but the difference between Game 1 and Game 2 is that in Game 1, Solstice had a hard time dealing with the Parasite, and because of that, the support had to rotate over, which left the short lane in kind of a hard time. But Rhapsody's rotating over now, actually. But Rhapsody, I think Parasite's dead, maybe.
Yeah.
Mid needs to rotate over right now. Bubbles has come right now.
You see, he has those boots. Those rollerblades, man. Oh, a nice spawn right there. He'll get a Vulture Lord. That's a pretty good minion to get. Yeah. Good chunk of life on that guy, so... Yeah, he is going to be fine for the time being. Rhapsody coming over with the illusions, but I think ultimately should be good. In fact, Rhapsody already falling back, not going to risk doing too much else here. So yeah, this the Jungle Wars. I mean, what you got, obviously, he was on the Parasite last game, so he's kind of getting some feeling what it's like to be on the other side of the spectrum now.
Taste of his own medicine.
Here, yeah. Bottom lane, Magnus versus Prisoner. How's that going, by the way? Magnus is 9-1, Prisoner currently 12-1, so... advantage for Prisoner here.
Magnus should be winning that lane, to be fair, because although Prisoner has higher base damage, Magnus, because of the Valkyrie site, should be able to sort of pressure Prisoner in the lane, but just hasn't been getting a lot of those last hits. But he should be doing a lot better the later this goes on in the lane.
Yeah, again, Prisoner not often in a short lane, but happens to be the case here for the matchup purposes. They send Puppet Master middle lane, in fact, as I mentioned earlier. So.
I think the reason why they did that though is because Prisoner, when he plays 1v1 against a Bubbles, for example, we've seen it time and time again, he just gets kind of crushed. So they wanted to play him against the Magnus. A bit of a better time.
Swiftblade going to spin down this creep wave actually, so to push it out, but he's going to get a good chunk of farm from that. 13-1 now creep farm. Chronos happens to be in 1 though, so definitely still a slight advantage for him in that matchup up here. Of course, has the Rhapsody to babysit. Rhapsody has been paying attention to Parasite for a little bit of time, but ultimately making sure Chronos is getting the good farm. And, of course, is good against this Empath Swiftblade combo. The time loop goes through the wall. He doesn't need to worry about the spin necessarily. So, he actually... Okay, he's not... I thought it was leveling up Rewind for some reason, but no, he is leveling up the passive here. Well, the other passive, Curse of the Ages. As well as leveling up the Time Leap first. Again, especially a carry Chronos, not often... It's been a while since we've seen it, if anything, so I'm going to be curious to see how he kind of builds that ultimately. But I guess, what do you think makes sense? Maxing out that time leap first altogether, or would you rather see maybe maxing out the Curse of the Ages?
I think maxing out the time leap is just a little bit more reliable, has higher range, so I don't think he's going to be able to get caught out, even if Swiftblade and Empath sort of get a good wall off, for example. But yeah, and because the ages is like it scales a little bit kind of poor. Like it's only 1 less attack and obviously only 10 more damage, whereas the time leap obviously higher range, a lot more damage, and even the movement speed as well, which can be useful for setting up kills with Legionnaire. So I think he's done the right choice.
Yeah. Blood Chalice just finished on Shortcan here, playing the Parasite, so going more of the usual route to an extent. We saw the last series of the Abyssal Skull build on Parasite, which is interesting, but going this time around. Was that him that was actually doing it too? Or was that another?
Sorry.
That was somebody on Trek going the Abyssal Skull on Parasite.
Yeah, it was Denver Pro.
That's right, so.
He's played really good though, by the way. Denver
yeah,
Pro.
no, he definitely did.
He played really, really good, but
unfortunately, not as good though. Not able to take the win there. Prisoner level 6 as well as Magnus, so we'll see if we get any rotation out of that in the near future. Kronos still managed only to be level 4 again. They 2 versus 2 up here,
Magnus.
so makes sense. Magnus, yeah, he gets pulled in actually, and he's going to be picked off. Parasite happened to be coming over right as I cut away for the initial part. Meanwhile, back to the top lane, Empath is going to go down. Kronos going in for the kill, and he kind of stands his ground somewhat too against Swiftblade even, before falling back all the way and popping a health potion, so kills at either lane. Bloodlust kill, though, did go in favor of our Legion side. And Team Who, so Magnus picked off. Magnus has been having a pretty good start as far as creep farm, but that will, of course, slow it down now. Expect Prisoner to stay in the lane, of course, and work towards our portal key before he starts moving around and get active, as he would in the middle lane anyways.
yeah, just good rotation from Parasite actually, and obviously that Shackle doing a lot of work as well. Magnus just couldn't get the stun off, so secure kill.
Yeah.
He's building. Oh no, I hope he doesn't go Helmblood Legion.
Well, maybe he's just using it for the initial heal. He might sell it. Let's see.
I mean, I can understand it because I mean this is only going to be useful in the lane. Oh, actually.
I was gonna say, I feel like Magnus could go in for a stun eruption, and there we go. It works off to the end. Yeah, really, he couldn't react to it in time. Prison Break was down as well, so good heads up by Oscar there.
Yeah, really nice play there from Oscar. Like obviously it took 2 for Who to kill Oscar, but he does it solo, so just really nice play. Him.
Level 6 Kronos up here. He's got the steam boots early on, so we'll see how he does decide to build middle lane. Puppet Master's in trouble, puts the show on a Rhapsody. He's going to go for the Voodoo Puppet. He wants the kill. He figures he's dead anyways. Wasn't even close, though. I think it might have even missed some uphill attacks. Now, Rhapsody, he's a little lockdown Empath who ports in. Maybe trying to still kill her off and actually will be successful in the end. So they finally kill off Rhapsody, but
There's a little bit of a weird pathing done by Resh. I think if he just runs backwards, it's going to break the link. Let's see. Bubbles, can he get the kill on Empath? One more.
Yep. Oh, Magnus secures it.
Kill steals it. One like.
Kill secured is what it is, not a kill steal.
But no, let's go back to Russia. I think if he walked back to the lane, would have broke the Voodoo Puppet and tether the range and would have survived. But nonetheless, doesn't matter. And going back to the life tube on Prisoner, like I hate when people do this sometimes, but like he's got the life tube because obviously he wants to get some regen from the Prisoner. From the Magnus Valkyrie Touch, because it's going to be useful for the lady phase. But after the lane phase, like I don't think it's going to be too much. Though, like he needs to be moving towards his portal key because he's the only one who's going to be the initiator. Like Parasite, not going to really build a portal key. Obviously, Swiftblade and Pub Master are they can't really have like initiation. So he's going to be the one they rely on, and just building towards Helmblood Legion is going to delay it so much. And you don't need to build like tanky kind of thing. As long as you have the initiation.
There's a break right here, but he's going into a trap. Bubbles joins the party. Stuck on the C comes out. Magnus has a stun. He's going to stun in. And now Prisoner realizing, again, he went a little too aggressive. He's going to dodge initially. He will follow, but he might have... No, the Steam Bat disjoint! On the ultimate there from Parasite. The stun coming up. No, it's just not in time. He goes down right there. And now it's Bubbles by himself. He's going to shell surf through. He got to go to Empath, actually. So still big picture in favor of Nullstone Gaming, definitely. And that was a huge disjoint initially, though, by Magnus.
Yeah, really big.
On that face
Sets up the... I think if he does earlier than there as well, I don't think Bubbles gets the kill on Emperor, because Bubbles is going to be pressured a lot earlier than he did. But that time he was able to get the shell stuff off first.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I mean, this game's definitely better, going better for Team Who, at least. But Nullstone does still have the advantage earlier on, and Kronos leading the way with that. Nearly 400 gold per minute. Hook at the top lane, going to miss. But yeah, going back to Prisoner again, and obviously these deaths now would have inevitably slowed down that portal key anyways, but yeah, this just means he will be that much longer before he gets the portal key. He actually went even to Mystic Vestments now as well, which, it's hard to say that's a bad choice, but it does mean he's not going to have that PK for a bit more time here. What could have been something around 12 minutes may not be 15-plus minutes now.
Yeah, probably even longer than that, honestly. If he's going to build towards Helmut Legion before portal key. So.
Yeah, true.
It's probably more like 20 minutes, and by that time, Magnus is going to have his portal key, so it will bubbles. I guess what you got is going to Helmut Legion himself, though.
Yeah.
So I guess he's a little bit. He's not going to get punished as much, which I don't like this Helmut Legion key. Like we've seen the portal key Legionnaires, and it just works much better because they get active a lot more, and they're able to sort of set up kills, and they rely on their team to burst someone down. Like whenever you go Helmut Legion, like you're playing kind of solo game. Like it's good in TMM because obviously you can't really trust your teammates, but in a competitive game you're gonna have to rely on your teammates because otherwise I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I'm not a big fan of it, honestly.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going more the classic style. This is what you think of Legionnaire, especially from a TMM standpoint. It's like, oh yeah, this is the routine build on him. But you're right. I mean, we have seen the bottle Ghost Marchers, not even Ghost Marchers, bottle Striders even with the portal key eventually work out very, very well. For Legionnaires as of late, but what you got sticking to his roots right here, and going to try to make that work instead. Parasite and Prisoner looking for an opportunity, but don't know if they're going to find it. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, Switplate, he's found, and he goes down. Bubbles and Magnus coming together, a very powerful duo of heroes, and hard to go up against. Oh, the Courier nearly getting picked off right there by the non-double damage Prisoner. Needed one more auto attack to do it in, but not able to do so. So what do we think Kronos is going? Oh, okay, well, he got the sustain error, so Rune Cleaver here, looks like.
Yep, it will be.
Yep.
Sort of similar to Mage Bane. Oh, Legionnaire.
Up here, taunt on a Parasite. In the meantime, Kronos catches Empath. Out comes the ultimate decapitate on a Parasite on the top side. Now on the bottom side, Empath, one more auto attack, and he goes down as well. All 5 heroes end up being in the vicinity. Magnus got there a little bit late, but as a just-in-case safety net there.
And I mean, with Kronos going Rune Cleaver as well, like he can get away with it kind of thing, because like Prisoner is building most likely towards a Helmut Legion, so it's like, yeah, okay, I can play a little more greedy because so have they. Obviously, Puppet Master is going to go Assassin's Shroud, but as long as there's some decent vision, which there is a nice flame ward here by Resha, he should be fine. And if he gets like super lucky with the rewinds, that's going to be useful as well. But yeah, Rune Cleaver, you can almost play him like similar to like a Mage Bane in that respect. Obviously, you just can have a bit more impact in team fights a little bit earlier on because of the chrono field. But
why not? Why not like a Thunderclaw though? I mean, it seems like a hero that's really beneficial from attack speed.
Yeah, I think actually that might be a little bit more useful. Obviously, the regen is kind of nice as well, I guess, because obviously he's going to be using like Time Leap perhaps to try and get from camp to camp, and obviously the chrono field here and there. But that's not like that big of a deal. So I think actually in hindsight, probably Thunderclaw would be better. To be honest, I do agree with you.
I mean, a hero that definitely has history of also even going the Alk Bones. We see him quite often. In fact, speaking of Kronos, there's the Shackle applied. Prison Break as well. He cannot timely for the time being. He gets one in a rewind, procs out, protect him out, and comes out. And now Kronos looking for the turn as he can. Doesn't have a Chrono Spear. It doesn't matter. Gets the turn onto Yugo Bick, and Rhapsody help. And obviously rewind a little bit right there, but no doubt the Protective Melody was the big part.
Yeah, definitely. Like, if he doesn't get the Protective Melody off there, he has to sort of time leap away, but because he's kind of healthy on terms of HP, he can just man up and get a kill. But yeah, just nice kill. But yeah, I think you're right there. I think. Oh no, he looks like he's going Nullstone.
Oh.
Actually,
okay.
I was not expecting that, to be fair. I mean, it's going to be obviously useful against Puppet Master. I mean, I do actually like in terms of defensive, it's actually really kind of cool because obviously when we think of like Doctrine old middle lane, actually Puppet Master.
Yeah, I'm gonna get caught out. This Bubbles Magnus combination, they've done this several times now in this game. Both in the middle and the bottom lane especially. They're on par. Oscar and Fuzzy Sloth. Definitely feeling comfortable here.
But no, just going back to the Nullstone pickup, like whenever we see Doctors play against Puppet Master, they always pick up the Nullstone because once the Nullstone is popped from Puppet Master jumping out of the Ancestral Shroud, they have the reaction time to sort of jump away with ludicrous speed. Same goes for Kronos as well. Like with this Nullstone, I don't think he will ever die to Puppet Master. and he shouldn't really die to anyone else really either. Because like if he feels in danger, he'll just time leap away. Because I don't think they're going to be able to get 2 spells off of him. Like they're not going to be able to get the puppet show and then the puppeteer's hold because it's going to take too long. So yeah, I do actually like this build. It's a little bit defensive, and his farm is going to be a little bit worsened. But when you're already doing so well, 450 GPM, playing passive is a good way to sort of continue your good GPM.
Absolutely, and he's just still going here at the top lane. We even saw Prisoner. Prisoner was able to deny the tower at least. A good play there by him, but more rewind procs coming out for Kronos. He actually is maxing that out now. He's even just a 2-point in the Curse of Ages. So it's every 7th attack for 50 magic damage and the 1-second stun, but we'll eventually have that maxed out, though. What's that?
Leisha's got portal key already, man. He's like really farmed.
Yeah.
But I talked about how I like the people who sort of rush the portal key, but he's literally got it like the same time that most normal Legionnaires do anyway. But so I guess if you're farming this well, and like he was shut down from Parasite as well, like this isn't him free farming, but he's still got very high GPM and just those 2 kills.
Yeah, well, you got definitely one of the most comfortable junglers on the scene right now. Definitely has grown to be one of the top junglers, most certainly. Middle lane. Nope. Parasite just wants the creep kill. What the hell's wrong with that Parasite, by the way? That looks funky. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but it's
it's got some like really weird.
Yeah.
What even is that?
It's Parasite's getting crazy. All right. Anyways, follow up now for Puppet Master. By the way, doing some triple stack Ancients. He's trying to finish that Assassin Shroud now. You know, no Whispering Helm, so not as effective as doing these Ancients here, and that's kind of showing. You see Empath inside though. With the Essence Link is healing him up, so some good synergy right there. Of course, Empath already going to be good synergy with her. Prism at the top lane, by the way. In comes the top from Legionary. Jumped into the Chronosphere, didn't matter. And the Decapitate finishes off shortly after on a Prisoner. So the movement just continues. I mean, overall, you talked about the portal key. Yeah, it's even before the portal keys, they were doing a bit of Magus and Bubbles. But now they have them. So yeah, the 3 portal keys. You got a time leap from Kronos. Oh boy, a lot of catch.
A lot of catch, and it's catching who off guard.
Yes,
get that?
It is.
But no, like just with the Kronos as well. Like we always think about, like, oh yeah, you don't want to do it all mid lane. Actually, more fights.
No, Parasite kind of cut them off, and actually going to get a counter kill in the process. So well played right there by Shortcan. Using that level 1 puzzle box of his, gets the turn kill on a Rhapsody. Swiftblade survives. So Team Who doing enough right there to. Again, make a point that this game is still not out of hand just yet. And Kronos does need to be a little bit careful here at the top side. They got a portal key now.
He's got no. Yeah, actually, yeah. He's got no stun though. If he's quick, he's not quick enough.
He's not quick enough. Rewind, baby. Here we go. Rewind. No.
No way. That would have been like rewind to like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess maybe was wouldn't expect it. I think if he's quick enough, he is able to get out alive, but unfortunately not. It would have been hard though, because obviously, if Prisoner and Puppet Master Toe do time their skills like perfectly, then he's going to get locked down regardless. Like if both shackled and then Puppet showed at the same time, it's going to go off. But it's not too big of a deal though. Obviously, he's still got good high GPM. At least he's actually building towards a staff actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be cool.
I don't know if we've ever actually gotten to see it. We bring it up. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's good, but we've never actually gotten to see in a competitive match.
Yeah, I think Slaps like is probably the person I see play Legionnaire all the time actually, but he never actually goes there, and he sort of doesn't like it, and I don't know why. Because every single time I ask him, he won't tell me. He said it's a secret, so I don't know why. But I still think it's a good item. I think it depends on the game as well. I guess if there's a lot of enemy heroes that are quite tanky, then I don't think Staff is very good. But in this game, Puppet Master's quite squishy, so is the Empath. So if you can get one quick kill, then obviously you can refresh, get another taunt off, which can be a big deal. In some matchups, I don't think it's a good item, but I think in most cases, I think it's a good item, honestly.
Yeah.
Having a double taunt, like it's almost like a 6-second taunt, obviously, if you can kill someone with the original taunt.
I think it is that classic case of, I don't know if it's hard to argue that it's just bad, but it's just, is it better than 4,200 gold invested into another item is that argument that comes down to. As it's the case on a lot of heroes.
Though,
it is really cool. It is really cool. And speaking of Legionnaire right here, he's tanking Congo with the team, but clearly Team Who is aware of what's going on, and they're now in the area. Got the Minotaur here trying to counter ward. They're going to get the counter ward first, though. So they'll have to put another reservoir down. Or I guess they got puzzle boxes as well to eventually use if they wanted to, but Conqueror just below half-life. Minotaur going in right here, going to find Magnus, throws out a stun, but it's just the Minotaur by himself currently. The Parasite feeling comfortable that they don't have enough damage to get him out quickly, as he is right there, so he is fine. So Team Who is able to stall the Conqueror attempt, and the Golden Experience League, they're coming back slightly. It's definitely not out of hand as it was a little bit earlier on in the game. Puppet Master 386 gold per minute, Swiftblade 350. We talked about Prisoner. He did eventually get the portal key. He's been sitting on that life tube for a while. I wonder if he's actually going to end up using it to build into something or not at this point. Or may just say, you know what, it served its purpose with the regen early on. Let's just let it be. But he has just an Invis rune here. That's it. No double damage, just an Invis rune. And may get a solo kill on Rhapsody. He definitely could solo kill her. It's just has to do it before he gets killed himself. Yeah.
Yeah, alive. I'm kind of glad he has gone back to a portal key, but then it's like, why did you pick up the life tube? But like I said, I think it was more just for the laning phase. But I hate when people like change their whole item build just because of the laning phase. It's a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is.
Nice deny the middle tower. They also denied the top tower as well, I believe. So I'm pretty sure the 2 tower kills have both been denied here by Team U. Well played as middle lane once again. Prisoner again. He's invis still. About 10 more seconds remaining on that, so he has an opportunity to get a pretty good jump right here.
Yeah, Nullstar actually have a terrible combo killing team. They don't have anyone that can really tank it effectively, and they have no life regen either, so no Abyss of Skull or no Whispering Helm. It's going to be able to tank up Roshan. Oh, Bubbles.
They catch Bubbles right here. Magnus doesn't. He only hit Puppet Master, though. Down goes Bubbles. Legionnaire jumped in as well, and he's going to be cut through. Legionnaire goes down. They don't have Kronos. Kronos finally joins the party. He's going to get a pick off on a Puppet Master. It's actually a pretty good kill in the end for Nullstone Gaming. Puppet Master just found himself by himself. And it's not over yet. Kronos wants to go back in, actually. Yeah, Swiftblade, Parasite, they need to be careful. Has a time leap. Ready to go. There's the stun from Magnus. Parasite, he goes in. Starts putting the auto attack. Steam Bath going to be coming out from Magnus as now Parasite goes on a Rhapsody in the background. Rhapsody barely alive. Finally, he does fall, but Bubbles back to into the fight. He did buyback. Magnus stuns in on both of them. Parasite's in the Melissa. He doesn't get stunned as a result, but he's still going to go. Swimblade will fall with them back inside. Just not enough damage. Kronos, the rewind procs, just barely keeping them alive right here. Has another tally in 4 seconds. That is RNG in your favor, baby. They turn it around. Nice rewinds indeed. And a hat trick comes out for Fuzzy Sloth. But you know what? That is part of an RNG hero. And that's definitely what Kronos is partially about. Getting lucky sometimes on those procs, as he did right there.
Yeah. The reason why the team fight went a little bit bad, though, at the start is that Nullstone were only as 3 who were as 5 at the start of the team fight. And then, obviously, when the 5 rotated over, it started going in favour of Nullstone. A little bit of a delayed fight. But, yeah, like I said, they have a terrible combo killing team because they've got no sustainability to sort of take it effectively. No one can really tank it because they're all a little bit too squishy as of yet. So they've got like a Swiftblade who has a Abyss of Skull.
They do eventually get the helm on Prisoner.
Yeah.
Or at least he does.
Yeah. It's like, it's just not going to do anything. Like, if he wants to get tanky, just build it in certain areas because at least he has a bit more physical right-click kind of thing. But that's what it is.
Kronos, though, he's working off his farm now. 2,600 gold saved up. I would think is going to be building into a Geometer's Bane here. That Firebrand, of course. Got Magnus also farmed off some Ancients. Very possibly a tablet for him going to be coming. Shrunken Head's looking to be finished on a couple of heroes, at least on Puppet Master. I wonder if Swiftblade... Yeah, he's probably going Frostburn. More of the routine there. There's the Geometer's Bane, though. What did Legionnaire buy? I feel like he bought something else.
The Glowstone, wasn't it?
A little bit. Oh, yeah, that's right. He did buy the Glowstone. So he must be... I want to see he at least has one other part, if not even 2. Magnus, meanwhile, the bottom lane. Prisoner, he actually hooked in right before that, not realizing that they were going to be jumping him like they did. And again, I don't think it would have mattered, but still, good jump right there.
Helm doesn't save him either.
No, it did not. Legionnaire, though, yeah. So that staff of the Master, it has to be pretty close then. I want to see if he needs just 1,000.
I think it's got 1,000 gold. Yeah, I think it's probably 1,000 more gold probably, and then he'll have it. I'd assume.
Again, to clarify on the staff of the Master, it'll instantly refresh all of his abilities, including his Decapitate, if he executes somebody successfully, and it actually gets the kill. So, for those that, again, we never see it in competitive play. So, for those that may just watch competitive play, there you go. For those that play TMM and Mid Wars and whatnot, I'm sure it's something you've probably seen before. The old Legionnaire Mid Wars is pretty fun, too. That's actually what I found that to be one of the more fun ones that we've done, especially with staff of the Masters like crazy. It's just non-stop taunts and decapitates, and it's pretty silly.
Oh,
the Veiled Rod immediately exposed by the Ballista right here from Parasite. Gets taken out though, pops a puzzle box. Magnus does stun in. Swift Slash is coming out, bouncing on a couple. In comes a Chronosphere though. And Kronos now putting in the auto attacks and trying to kill a Parasite Lace. Cannot do so. Swift Blade surviving in the background. Voodoo Puppet, I believe that was on a Kronos. Yeah, he got bursted down right there. That was a big Voodoo Puppet coming out. Legionnaire going back in. Right now, Kronos is the only one dead, but of course that's a lot of damage that they are missing out. As a result of that, Legionnaire is going to be picked off. And Team Who comes out on top there. They did lose Parasite, but again, the 2-for-1 definitely.
Yeah, just that, it was actually a really nice play from Empath. He was sort of boxing out a lot of their players because of the Empath wall. But not only that, though, they just allowed Puppet Master to sort of sit in the background. And I talked in the draft how they've got great heroes are really trying to shut down Puppet Master from the back lines, but there was no one that was able to do that. Kronos went in, blew his ultimate, I think it was on the Prisoner, I think it was the Prisoner and the Parasite. And it's like, yeah, it's okay and all, but Puppet Master sort of sit in the background with Empath inside and doing so much damage. Like that Chronofield has to be completely reserved for the Puppet Master, alongside maybe the Legionnaire taunt as well, because they have to burst him down, because that's all the damage from Who. It feels like Swiftblade's going to go in, use his Swift Flashes, but after that he's not going to offer too much right click, whereas Puppet Master with the Empath inside of him is doing a lot of damage. So you have to sort of burst him down before the Shogunhead as well, which they have the ability to do so, but yeah, Who had a good position to fight as well. They were up high ground, whereas Nullstone had to sort of run up to sort of fight them. But yeah, it's a good team fight there from Who. Nullstone just have to take their team fight just a little bit better with both Kronos and like Magnus and Legionnaire.
Yeah, Kronos' build, again, this is more of a the Nullstone into the Geometer. It's more the typical agility hero build, like a Silhouette would, or any of these really right clicks, but I just really think attack speed is so important on Kronos. That
no.
I feel like he's really missing out on that here. I mean, sure, he gets a little bit from the Geometer's Bane, but
I think Thunderclaw would have been really cool actually after Nullstone. Like Nullstone's kind of like your defense spine, maybe a bit of regen as well. But no, you're right. I think he needs some right click there, because if he's going to jump in, like he wants to sort of jump in and almost kill the Puppet Master by himself, because like it's going to give him it's nearly 5 seconds of lockdown on a Puppet Master. Like most carries will be able to kill the enemy carry in 5 seconds, and Kronos should as well. But just because of his item build, it's a little bit maybe too defensive with the Geos plus the Nullstone. A little bit pussy build, to be honest, Breaky.
Dang.
It needs some attack speed though, like you said. If he gets the attack speed, then he can really synergize nicely with the Curse of the Ages. But without it, it's just a little bit lackluster.
And I am for Nullstone's sake a little bit concerned as far as the ultimate damage output that they're going to be able to do. Now, when it comes to the initial jump, and of course from the Eruption to Bubbles doing his thing to the taunt and decapitate quickly from Legion, like a lot of upfront burst, but as far as sustained damage throughout the fights, I feel like you definitely got to give the favor to Team Who as this game continues to pick up here, specifically with the Puppet Master and the Swiftblade, of course. So it's been a lead here for Nullstone for pretty much all of this game number 2 as well, but it's definitely feeling like Team Who, obviously much different than the first game. They're definitely in this one, unlike the first one, really, or from the beginning it just snowballed out of hand, and it was done by 15 minutes even, but Team Who definitely has some good things going for them, so persevering here is something that they got to look forward to, and possibly forcing that third and final game. But yeah, we are definitely going to see more and more a true power of a main farming carry Kronos, a hero that really is not seen at all in the competitive scene nowadays, let alone in the carry role. So that's what Beaver Banger is showing us here, or attempting to do so at least. Again, he too is another one of these carry players that just is not afraid to play a different style of carry and make it work. Oogie is that prime example. And he was the first one to really start running it very well and be a big threat. Here he just hit level 16 as well. So level 3 Chronosphere, what is it? Just, I guess,
5 seconds,
1 more second. So it's significant.
That's a long time, though. Like I said before, like for 5 seconds of complete lockdown on the enemy carry, most carries should be able to kill the other carry within 5 seconds, but hopefully when Kronos picks up another damage up, I'd like to see him maybe go, like you said, I think Thunderclaw is a little bit too late.
Yeah.
Likewise with the Elder Parasite, but maybe something like a Wing Bow would be nice enough attack speed to hit quite fast, or even more damage oriented in terms of maybe like the Savage Mace, for example. But I mean, I don't think he should go Shrunken Head now, but Shrunken Head is definitely something that he should have maybe thought about, because Puppet Master, like I said, does a lot of damage, but I guess that can be kind of reduced if he jumps on the Puppet Master, then he doesn't even need a Shrunken Head. So I guess he just has to change his execution in terms of changing his item build.
What about something like a Hellflower? I'm actually trying to find it right here.
It'll give him good attack speed, but I don't think he's going to be able to really utilise the active that much, honestly, because the Hellflower is there to sort of lock someone down so they don't get off the Shrunken Head or don't get off the items. But you can do that with your Chrono Field. You don't need Hellflower to do that for you.
Yeah.
What you do need, actually, though, is to kill someone in your Chrono Field, and that comes from damage. And Hellflower gives a bit of damage, but there's better damage items than Hellflower out there. So. Yeah.
Well, Staff of the Master is finished on Legionnaire, by the way. He purchased it at least, so just a matter of getting that on the courier and delivered to him here in the... oh, no, never mind. It is delivered to him, so he's got it. Changes his look just a little bit, so another team going to be pretty aware of that. Bubbles take cover against the hook again, going back to just a reason why he is solid against a hero like Prisoner, so avoids opportunity right there. Speaking of Hellflower, Puppet Master, of course, working towards his own. And once again, Empath being here on top of that. Puppet Master's damage output pretty damn big. Swiftblade, another 2,200 gold about saved up for him as well. Definitely can't underestimate what he's going to bring to the table here. But Kronos continuing to farm away. Another 1,400 plus gold saved up himself. He's going to start working. I don't know if he's bought anything towards another item yet. I don't think he has. Just starting to pull up that gold now. Kongor is... Again, earlier they got about half life or so, then they had to fall back. You're making the point that it's really not the best Kongor killing team right now. I mean, Kronos seems like he is fairly good against it with the constant stuns coming out, but
it doesn't have life.
But no life steal, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, because like, the thing about Kongor is like the good Kongor killing team is they either have.
Magma stuns in. Quick pick on a empath right there. It's a Rhapsody, but that would be an empath, so.
Like, the thing is that you kind of want someone that can tank Kongor, but if you take too much damage, I guess they have the damage, and Kronos getting pretty lucky with these 3-1s, I guess. So I guess they're doing it okay now. It's 30 minutes of the game, so they have a lot better items, for example. But like normally when you take Kongor, you want to be able to have like some good life steal about it. Otherwise, if you take too much damage, then who can rotate in and take a favourable team fight because of it?
Yeah.
They kill it quite slowly as well, actually, to be fair. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like they just don't. They don't have the damage.
I mean, that right there should show you that it's a little bit scary as far as the sustained damage on the Hellborn team. It just is not a whole lot, really.
Yep, it's pretty bad. To be fair. Pretty poor kill.
They were beating Kongor for a while there, and he barely got to half life, if that.
Yeah, like, look at Kronos. Like his damage is like 150, and it's like 30 minutes of the game. It's just like double defensive items. It's just a little bit weak. I think Null Stump is kind of cool, but needed maybe the Thunderclaw and Elder Parasite, perhaps.
Yeah.
And the worst thing about it is that if it goes wrong as well, these two defensive items won't do too much either, because you can still get locked down by a lot of shrunken and a lot of magic damage. So.
Prisoner jumping in to start things off, puts the lockdown on the Legionnaire initially with a shackle, but not one of the biggest follow-up just yet. Magnus does it, pops Shrunken Head. There's a Chronosphere in the back, couldn't knock it. Puppet Master, though, once again protected. Melody's not doing a whole lot either. It's pretty much out of range. They are locking up Puppet Master. Is Legionnaire. He's fine for now. Kronos trying to chase him down. The hook in, though, from Prisoner once again. Magnus will be picked off. So far, he's the only one dead. No, Parasite also falls, but Kronos, he got to get out of there. Yeah, the rewind helped a little bit, I'm sure, earlier on. Taunt from Legionnaire put up the armor, but not nearly enough. Pretty sure that Chronosphere wasn't really the best either. Coming out, again, didn't catch Puppet Master specifically. Bubbles will dodge death right there, but...
Yeah, that's why the team fight went so bad. Like, he had an opportunity to jump on Puppet Master, but he didn't take it. Legionnaire tried to almost save the team fight by jumping on Puppet Master, but they didn't have the damage. He pops the Voodoo Puppet, instantly kills the Legionnaire. Kronos was dropping very low, I think, to the Voodoo Puppet, actually. And then as a result, the team fight's just won because Puppet Master survives again. And look, they have great initiation, but they're just not executing it properly. And now they might even lose Kongor, honestly. Which would be a big factor.
Well, Bubbles going at it with Empath right here. Kongor is getting very low. I don't know about this, though. Kronos is ready to go. He's ready to time leap in, but that would be really risky and obviously not worth it in his mind. No Chronosphere, not worth the chase. And Token of Life picked up by Team Who. So they even get their slight lead for the first time of the series. And really, it just feels like that they're going to start really taking control of this game now.
Yep. They have the damage. Like, their carry's dishing out a lot of damage, whereas, like, I look at Kronos, it's like 10%. I know it's only 3% less than the Puppet Master, but if your Bubbles is leading with 19%, then you know something's going down. Like, your carry by the mid game should definitely be topping the charts in terms of hero damage, and that's why Puppet Master is on this team, but Kronos is only 10%, unfortunately. So he does need to, but like, it doesn't even matter that they don't have the damage. As long as they get their initiation right, then they can be winning these team fights. But Puppet Master is surviving every single time.
Yeah.
And I think Who should have actually put the Puppet Master, or sorry, they should have put the token on Puppet Master, but I guess in these last couple of team fights they haven't been focusing, so it doesn't really matter, I guess.
True.
But in theory they should be, but they're not.
Yeah. Hellflower is finished on Puppet Master, so again, 3,000 gold now saved up on Beaver Banger, so gonna find out here soon what it's gonna be, and for their sake also gets it before another team fight breaks out, but I mean, you're right, too, though. If things do come together, they get the Chronosphere on a Puppet Master, Magnus gets a big eruption to follow, and Legionnaire, comes in, the taunt, the quick decapitate, as by that time it should be good to go, then most certainly, still a very good chance here for Nullstone Gaming on the other side of the spectrum now, but definitely they are on their back foot here.
Like, I think Nullstone would be kind of happy that Swiftblade picks up the token, because Swiftblade with token is just one of those heroes that it's like, yeah, it's kind of good and all, and obviously with Wingbow he's going to be dishing out quite a lot of right clicks, but he uses the Swift Slashes, and then after that it's like, it doesn't offer as much right click. Obviously with Wingbow he's offering quite a bit now, so I guess that token isn't too bad on him, but
yeah,
the team fights are all fine. All they do is just jump with Kronos onto Puppet Master. If he gets anyone else that's fine, but Puppet Master's just main target, and then they just blow everything up on him. And there's not too big of a deal if they do blow everything, because what have Who got to really counter-initiate? They've got Prisoner to counter-initiate, but if Bubbles maybe can shut them down with like a Song of the Silence or even like a Sheepstick, then Who won't have the greatest response to any initiation from Nullstone. But Nullstone needs to be just doing a little bit better in terms of their initiation in this lane.
Got the Wingbow now on Swiftblade right here. He's bulking up with this ultimate avatar, you can see. Changing quite a bit since the beginning of the game, but that'll happen with the farm that he has, of course. So again, he still has that Token of Life, just under 2 minutes now remaining. See if Team Who really tries to push the issue or not. It looks like it's going to be a Savage Mace choice from Chronos. So again, that is damage. That is raw damage, so nothing wrong with that really. It's just still a little bit concerned about the attack speed, but hey, can't have it all.
A little bit of attack speed.
Yeah.
Savage, obviously not a lot, but
You get attack speed from Savage? I wasn't aware of that actually.
15. I believe.
It doesn't say it on it. Just 88 true damage, or 88 damage and true stake.
Yeah, they took that away. Actually, I remember they took that away. They
Did
nerfed
it used to be a thing? That might have been a thing in
was,
the past. Yeah.
Yeah, they nerfed it because I think it was, what was the item they wanted to bring up more? I think it was Rift Shards they wanted to use more, so they took away the attack speed from Savage Mace. It was 15 attack speed before. So.
Well,
My
not
bad.
anymore.
I'm sorry, Mikey.
How dare you? Bottom tower, it's gonna fall. That's not the last one, but definitely could be enough to start breaking into the base. See some counter pushing coming out from the Hellborn team, but definitely a case of they'll need to think about getting back control and maybe get that top tower, but the middle one, I don't know about if they're actually going to be able to secure that or not, because their base tower already being beat on Bubbles. He's got a sheep stick. He's got that kill field. Going to be good to go. Needs to make sure his team's ready as well. It's just a communication eruption being channeled in the background. Here we go. Sending the Swiftblade right there. A lot of burst damage off the bat. He is going to fall. No, he barely stays alive. Hook comes out. Swiftblade is still alive. Chronosphere in the background. They catch Parasite. Parasite's going to end up falling from that, but that's a Chronosphere that we used just on him pretty defensively right there. And now Puppet Master Sharknado did just wear off. Will they be able to find an opportunity to take him out? Swiftblade is pushing deep right here in the meantime. In comes the Token of Life. It has been used, by the way. Magnus, he's going to end up falling in the meantime. I think he might have a buyback. Yes, he does. It would be his final one, though. Legionnaire, he's taking some good damage. Kronos, he hasn't done a whole lot of damage this fight. He finally goes in and starts some auto attacks, but there's the Voodoo Puppet. And look at Kronos just drop right there. He does stay alive. Nearly killed. The Puppet Master trying to kill him in the well. He's going balls to the wall, baby. Jim, carry you. Is going to carry. No, their rewind procs coming out, but they're just keeping them at their well right here. Is this going to pay off? The Rax is still well alive. They need to be careful not to overcommit right here, which they kind of are doing, honestly. Kronos, he goes back in, starts falling back. Puppet Master and Swiftblade, They now too are going to run away. Wow, they're a little bit lucky that did not backfire more.
This is going to backfire.
It still could be more, though. As Switchblade, yes, he's going to be taunted. Puppet Master still nearby. The line's not perfect on Empath as well. Down goes Switchblade. Down goes Empath. Puppet Master does get out. But they do overextend, and it does bite them in the ass when it's all said and done, because the melee racks, it is still up, as well as the range racks. They got really tunnel vision there.
They got really tunnel vision, but and also, man, again, the Chronosphere, that they used it on a solo Parasite. Like that team fight could have been so good for Who. Obviously, it was still good because they forced a lot of buybacks from Nullstone, but still. It could have been a lot better if they didn't overcommit. Like, they were trying to fight him in their world breaking. Like, and it's not like they were like 10,000 gold ahead, but it was kind of even in terms of golden experience. But they really, really overextended there. Got punished a little bit. They could have got punished a lot more. But Kronos used the Chronosphere just on a solo Parasite. Didn't save for the Puppet Master again and stuff. And I know I keep on harping on about it, but it's a really big deal though. That's why they're not doing very well in these team fights. And if you just uses the Chronosphere on Puppet Master, like, they'll be winning these team fights without a doubt.
I don't think he had a Savage Mace as well, to be fair, in that last fight. He does
didn't.
finish it now, and actually he finds Parasite right here. Chronosphere comes out. He's going to go for the quick kill and get on out. I think he should be fine. There you go.
That's a fine use of it. But in team fights, like, he needs to sort of just save it for Puppet Master.
Yeah, absolutely. If you get a solo kill like that, then definitely go for it.
Because like, he's so squishy. Like, Puppet Master is at 1.8k HP. Obviously, Puppet Chronos doesn't have the greatest of damage. Obviously, kind of does now with the Savage, but most other carries would just rip Puppet Master to shreds if they had 5 seconds of pure lockdown on him.
Yeah, I gotta admit, too, I don't know how much the staff of the Master, unfortunately, has been doing for Legionnaire as well. We've kind of seen these last couple of fights. It's almost like he drops really quickly, too. And, so choosing not to go more tank-style items, instead going the staff of the Master, which sure is just good for raw stats, but as far as mitigation, it doesn't provide a whole lot of that. Well, any, so that's something.
Yeah, I think you're right, though. Like, I mean, if Legionnaires are allowed to make use of this Staff Master, he has to sort of be picking off like heroes like Empath, but Empath's going to be inside like the Puppet Master kind of thing, and you can't really get to the Puppet Master because they're just simply not focusing. So I guess, Staff Master really isn't being that effective, and I'm kind of slowly realising that actually Slaps it's kind of right.
He needs a Soul's Bulwark, honestly.
Yeah, they need some more damage, and Staff Master isn't really delivering that. Like, if you're not taking use of the sort of Staff Master effect, then in effect, you just
that's why I think it is considered pretty bad in the end. I can see that because it's so situational. It's like you're relying on actually getting a kill with it for it to be useful. Whereas other staff effects, I mean, it just happens. It just enhances the ability naturally. So he goes Barbed Armor here, which with this build especially, I am not necessarily against, and that should help. Speaking of the mitigation and maybe taking things off of him somewhat, but.
I mean, like, I think the big thing about Legionnaire, though, is just locking down that one target. After you kill that one target, then it doesn't really kind of matter where the other targets are. Like, and if they can lock down one target, it doesn't really kind of matter if you've got Staff Master or not, kind of thing. And that's why building like the barbed armor, the bulwark, those kind of items is always useful to locking down that one carry.
Bubbles, you're in trouble. He's dead. Yeah, he was hiding in the trees up here. He actually went to the creep wave then, thinking that he had time to farm it, but. Clearly he did not. They were ready to react to that. And he gets picked off. So Parasite got picked off a little bit ago. Now it's Bubbles' turn, so back and forth continues. Bubbles does have a buyback. Again, he already had the sheep stick, but has a buyback if necessary. He does have 3,300 gold in fact, so ideally he doesn't want to have to use that. Now 3,500 after they push the bottom tower. And could buy something else once he gets up right here. Something like a Storm Spear would probably be pretty good for him and his team, as usual. So see what he goes for, but the last outer tower officially is going to be destroyed as Team Who does take that out. But yeah, big note about that last fight too is even though Nailstone was able to start pushing them back and tunnel vision perhaps on Team Who, you did mention the buybacks. Out of buybacks now on Magma's, only one left on Bubbles and Bubbles and Legionnaire, excuse me. So they go right for the bottom lane right here. They're going to try to go into the melee racks. Eruption's ready to go for Magma's off to the side. Needs to think about using it here in the near future if they want to go for a chance. That melee Rax is dropping, and they're going to let it fall.
Alright then, I don't know about that, to be honest. Like, they're in a bad position because Who have completely backdoored that. So, you're fighting against creeps, for example. So that's going to sort of benefit against when you're playing against Swiftblade, because obviously Swiftblade is going to be bouncing to creeps, for example, and they're just in a little bit of a bad position. They don't have the greatest vision. I think they should have gone into that, like, because I think if Magma's eruption instantly stuns, and then you get full art from Legionnaire, for example, or even the Sheepstick from Bubbles, I think they can kill Swiftblade instantly.
Yeah, I do not like that decision to man down. Definitely, you gotta take those fights.
A bit more manly. They're gonna smoke up there, try and look for a kill, perhaps on the Puppet Master or anyone if they can find anyone in the jungle.
Well, that would be nice. You see the vision for the Legion team, and there's none here anyway, so. The Veiled Rot almost not even necessary, but trying to get in range to set that up, as you see. Not going to be the case. Clearly something was given away that they play the defensive empath, unfortunately. Well, she's going to be the information. She's like, okay, they're here. She dies, so 50 seconds resurrection. Conqueror's up. We saw earlier, though, now with a Savage Mace,
this one's a bit
help
different.
A little bit.
And it's 43 minutes into the game as well. Like, although Kongor does scale, as a general rule of thumb, your heroes scale a lot better than Kongor, kind of thing, because you can get a lot more farm and effectiveness in terms of killing him. The later the game goes on, as you can see
Empath here. Bought back, so they will have her this fight as well. Legionary gets caught off the path. Sheepstick comes out. They need to defend this. In comes the Protective Melody. It's stopped immediately, though, and Legionary end up bursted down as well as Rhapsody. So just like that, 2 players dead off the bat.
And you got to go in on that. Like, Legionnaire's dead. If you don't go in, I guess they're going to try and go
Kronos
for a
combo. He's going to go for the YOLO. He does not get it. He got it. He's going to have to hold his ground. He's going for the kill on his Swiftblade right now. Magma's down with the eruption. Swiftblade goes down. Empath goes down. Prisoner in trouble. Did Nullstone game and just make the play of the game right here. Prisoner, he is going to end up falling. Parasite takes out Magmas, but it's not going to be enough. It looks like Puppet Master at the similar range. It is healing up. He's good for now. Kronos goes down. The Token of Life will spawn him back up. The Bubbles is also nearby. Kronos go for the kill on a Parasite. Parasite will end up falling. Double damage rune. They want to probably get that. Kronos will go over there. Bubbles picks it up, and now Puppet Master is falling. The lockdown with the Curse of Ages. Down goes Puppet Master. What a steal from Beaver Banger.
What a play.
What a fight.
Man. That was so clutch as well. He buys his own water sight, puts it on there, knows exactly when the corner goes in, and the follow-up from Oscar as well and Bubbles. That was a 3v5, man. And that's what happens when you get the good initiation. You don't even need 5 people. You can just do it by yourself, and they clearly proved that break here, and just a big play, man. Their team fights have been a little bit lackluster, but after a play like that, man, they must be feeling good.
And has to be feeling pretty damn good indeed. A wing bow right-clicked on Kronos, and so much for not really having that much attack speed. He's definitely got plenty of it now with the damage output in general, and he is extra scary all of a sudden. Now, Puppet Master buys back, of course. Or no, he's actually not once a Puppet Master. Puppet Master's still dead. Empath was there, and it goes into Swiftblade. Swiftblade immediately, though, has to start spinning to run away right there. The tower should end up falling if anything to the creeps, as it does, and that'll be the end of that most likely. Kronos still kind of hanging around. Doesn't have his Chronosphere, though, so it might be best to not really risk anything here, as he will start falling back. So, again, really in the sense they not only prevent Kongor, but they win a big fight right there as a result. They do force a buyback on a Swiftblade, which is pretty important, too. And once again, arguably most importantly, Kronos is now a pretty damn big threat. A carry Kronos, not something we see often in a long time, but he's showing it here as the game continues to progress. So, who back in the spot of being behind once again? Going to need to now have to climb the comeback ladder here. I mean, another 3,000 gold though on Swiftblade. You got 2,000 more on Puppet Master. They're going to have some more damage out of themselves, however.
Yeah, Swiftblade will go Savage, and so should Puppet Master as their final items. Because Wingbows picks up now from Kronos. For Kronos, I'd like to see him go even more damage like Rift Shards, because there's Symbol now on Puppet Master, and Swiftblade obviously needs getting pretty tanky because of the Wingbow as well. So I'd like to see him just build all out damage. Like, he doesn't need to play defensive. He doesn't need Symbol of Rage, because he should be able to blow someone up in the next 5 minutes.
Bubbles right there. Savage Mace himself. Kronos going to be caught. This is a big chance. Magnus does in, though. They're dabbing a little bit too far once again. Legionnaire Taunt comes out. Swiftblade, he's being locked down. He gets Swift Slashes off, I believe. Eruption does go off, but Kronos, the big Chronosphere. Down goes Prisoner. Swiftblade, no, he wants to go for Empath. Quickly finishes him off. Now going for Puppet Master, but now Puppet Master putting the damage into Kronos, and Kronos barely lives right there. Then time leave, and he survives. Rewind definitely open a little bit. Puppet Master is locked down, and Puppet Master goes down again. A genocide. Kronos some way, somehow lives. Again, they dove really deep right there, and clearly the team was ready to respond onto Kronos. Holy crap. I mean, sure, you're at a point where definitely taking some chances here is good, but Oh my gosh, you're banned indeed. That was some
Now, that
there.
Chronos Oi was kind of, well, it wasn't fun actually because Podmaster wasn't involved in it, but still was alright. Just that Chronos got one rewind tick from the Podmaster Voodoo Puppet, and I was saying Chronos is quite strong against him because he has the ability to rewind, and if you rewind like a Voodoo Puppet crit, like that's rewinding like 1,000 damage kind of thing. So it's really big. But
Yeah.
they're going to take racks down middle, and that Savage Mage from Bubbles is really useful though because they need extra damage kind of thing. So I'm liking the Savage pick up here from Bubbles.
Absolutely. Yeah, has that right click threat now himself, and with the sheep stick as you're talking about, 272 max damage, pretty solid in the end. They, again, not going to push into melee racks still. So far, still the bottom melee racks is the only one dead in favor of Team Who at this point. So another big victory for Nullstone Gaming, but this is definitely not an over game by any means. This is just going to continue to come down to, you know, Kronos can still die very quickly, even with a couple of lucky procs.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was really
Swiftblade
close.
and Puppet Master dish out a lot of damage themselves, so exactly.
You've nearly done that fight. Like, if Nullstone have a bad initiation, which they have been having kind of bad initiation this whole game, they can easily lose this. Like for example, if Kronos whiffs a Chrono Steel, for example, so he does pick up a Shrunken Head though. I do like this build though because although he doesn't necessarily need a Shrunken Head if he plays perfectly in team fights, he hasn't been hitting the perfect Chrono Steels. But now with the Shrunken Head, he's going to be able to.
What is the
jump
Shrunken
in.
Head helping him against, though? I guess the Puppet sees. Okay, yeah.
But Puppet Master does so much work against him. He doesn't hit it. Like, the reason why the last team fight's been gone so bad is because he hasn't been hitting Puppet Master in the ultimate. And this time, even if he doesn't hit Puppet Master in the ultimate, it's going to be a little bit more forgiving for his positioning kind of thing.
Yeah. That's
because
okay,
it's doing far too much work. Like he nearly died to the Voodoo Puppet there. Solo, but with Shrunken Head it just negates all of that. So.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was honestly superior damage, so...
Yeah,
no, it does say just deals magic damage, so yeah, you're all right. That does prevent all
I mean,
that.
if he just literally focuses Puppet Master self-fart, he could have just sold that Shrunken Head and bought like Rift Shards, but he hasn't been, so it's fine. I mean, it's hard to... Like, I'm saying, like, oh, you know, I'm criticising him heavily, and it's really hard to land there, particularly in the heat of the moment thing. So, yeah, picking up the Shrunken Head is just a lot more ease of execution. With Zion build here, so yeah.
You mentioned earlier in the game, you know, by this time especially needing your carriage to be on top of the damage chart. Kronos is up there now. In fact, Kronos going in by himself. Pretty ballsy play right there by Beaver Pinger, but he's fine in the end. As he's able to time leap away, of course, but he's up there at 15%. You do see Puppet Master also on the other side at 18% of the overall hero damage done here. But cleaning up some more Ancients. As far as gold being saved up, 2,800 on Legionnaire, 2,700 on Magmus. Probably got Demonic on Magmus coming up, Legionnaire. We'll see what he builds into here. Maybe just even more life, something like a straight up Behemoth's Heart. Could be possible. And the Sanitarius also would be pretty cool, I still think, to see to him. Giving him some combat presence himself and also some nice life increase. On top of that, as far as the Legion side, again, across the board, some good gold being pulled up as well between heroes like Parasite, Puppet Master. A little bit now on Swiftblade as well. Looks like he is going to... Well, actually, I wonder if that's going to be a Brutalizer for Swiftblade. I really wouldn't be surprised if it is, to be honest. Trying to get some more extra lockdown with it, but could easily be Shrunken too.
Chronos, for example, like stopping from leaping, it goes through Shrunken Head exhaustless. So.
Yeah.
And Bubbles picked up a Shrunken Head, and this Bubbles is swagging. I'm not going to lie, Fuzzy Stuff is on it. Noah, man, he's playing big.
10, 2, and 20. Wow, you're right.
He's swagging, man.
Yeah, he's
Noah MVP.
He's been making some big plays as of late, and yeah, go back to that last series, Fuzzy Sloth. I went to go interview What You Got. He's like, no, interview Fuzzy Sloth. He was the MVP of that game by far. So, and sure enough, we did. And yeah, he's continues to make some pretty big plays here for Nullstone. Veiled Rock coming out, going to be exposed by the Wild Hunter right here. Is at least Rhapsody. No follow-up, no ward of sight here at this area where one usually is placed this top lane. So a little bit curious about that. Kronos though. Oh, never mind, Invis 100. It's so tense. I mean, so close. Again, this kind of shows you that Team Who, despite them being down 15,000 gold and 17,000 experience, they're the ones continuing to apply the pressure, it feels like.
Yeah.
Against Nullstone here, so. And I don't know if that's Nullstone just playing too passive themselves, or that's just because of the lanes and or the lineups more so that maybe a little bit more scary potential on Team Who's side as far as catching you. And getting quick burst. Brutalizer was finished on Swiftplay, by the way, so he does go that route.
Yeah, nice item pick up. Gonna be useful. help his damage output and stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's still racks either side though. Obviously, range racks is still up here for the bottom lane, but they're still racks apiece. To be fair, and like all can change. Like we've seen it breaky where like the games feels almost quite even on
Middle
one
lane,
team.
middle lane. Puppet Master, Kronos goes in. Chronosphere comes out. Puppet Master is completely locked down. Team support, they're trying to help.
Oh.
There's the pull on it. Kronos, Puppet Master on the shooting after though. He is going to fall. He does have a buyback. Kronos, he takes a prison break. He's going to be more than fine though, and now the chase continues. Prisoner, he's left behind. He too is going to be picked up. Parasite goes in on a Rhapsody. I don't know what you're thinking, Shortcan, but he's not going to have the whole team chase him. He gets in the Hell Cannon, so maybe a little safe, not so much. He comes out, and he, too, is going to be killed shortly after. Yeah, he portal keyed in there, and so he clearly had the chance to get away if he wanted to. That was just way too late right there in the end. But, again, that all started with the pick on a Puppet Master. They got him in the middle lane. Puppet just didn't have the support in time, and, I mean, you can't really blame him, I guess, but it's like he seemed like maybe he was a little too far up without his team and not much vision to work with either. So, but what's done is done, and now you go to capitalize from Nullstone.
Buybacks though.
Yep, there's the buybacks. Look at all the buybacks being used that they had at least, and now here's the jump on, and Chrono Sheepstick comes out. How will his team support be? There's the protectability in time. Once again, pops the void talisman after full duration. Magnus coming in with the eruption. Magnus eruption goes up. Prisoner feeling the front of that. Parasite already dying. Down goes Switchblade. Bloodbath Streak coming out for Beaver Ringer, and he wants more. Decapitate on the Prisoner, and Nullstone Gaming America just did it right there. Concede vote comes out. And GG, well played. The 2-0 series victory for Nullstone Gaming is successful as they take out Team Who. I had to throw that in there. And they're going to be your final of the 4 teams in the Final Four as a result of that. Whew, what a game, though. That was a hell of a game and a good finish to today.
Yep, great finish there from Nullstone. Really big play from Resha there, just securing the win with that clutch and protectively there, and obviously really well played from Oscar as well, following up. But yeah, I mean, honestly, that game could have gone either way, honestly. But I think Nullstone, their team fights were just slowly getting a little bit better, more and more that they took. It was a little bit poor the first couple that they took, but after a while they eventually knew what they did. And that obviously that Congo still, man, that was the biggest turning point. I thought who had that game, but after that Congo steal from both Oscar, Big Bang, and fun stuff, that was just so big, man.
Yeah,
so big.
That's no doubt where things just really went in the favor of Nullstone Gaming and able to secure it. Because again, even up until it was just seeming like Team Who was gaining the momentum. They were the ones that were looking strong and had the firepower to work with. And also wasn't able to come together, with the Chronospheres and whatnot. But all of a sudden it started clicking. 15-2-15 for Chronos as well. You see Bubbles 11-2-26, are pretty impressive stat lines right there amongst the team of Nullstone Gaming. So Team Who, it's again a team that a lot of people surprised they were even here in the first place at this point. They will fall short, and their Han Tour Season 3 has successfully come to an end. But good run in the end, but are going to come up short here, and that'll be it for them. But it was fun watching them at least and what they brought to the table. But again, Nullstone Gaming, they're going to be our 4th and final team, and I'll update the brackets here real quickly to give an ultimate visual of what we're looking at. But I must say it ends up being a case of probably somewhat the expected, at least the 4 teams that advance on, the 2 from each of Group A and Group B. As far as a lot of people may have expected these results, but it was slightly different perhaps in Group A, and that's where it was a little bit different. Fresh getting the number 1 seed, where Willowkeeper came out with the number 2 seed. So as a result of how it's all played out, these are what the finals bracket looked like. Fresh is going to be taking on Nullstone Gaming, and then Willowkeeper will take on Reason Gaming in best of 3s on Saturday. And then the Sunday will be a best out of 5 straight up. Winner goes to Thailand. Loser, unfortunately, nothing in the end. So that's how it all stands. And this, of course, will take place next Saturday and Sunday on what we're calling the Final Four weekend into the Han Tour World Finals 2015 in Thailand, which will be at the end of March then. So in about just over a month from now, going to be going to that. So I'm trying to grab an interview here from these guys. Let me see if I get anybody to respond. Wouldn't mind doing it again.
Really hyping up in their own Skype, probably.
Yeah, they're freaking out, I'm sure. We'll see.
America.
America, that's what they're chanting right now.
Oh man, I just lost it when you said that. So jokes.
Like I said, I mean, hey, gotta have a little bit of bias.
I ain't judging it. It's just
Gotta
funny
get that
as hell.
America representation.
That was hilarious.
Didn't have it last year, unfortunately. Oh, we did have it last year to an extent, at least. Kyle, of course, and Z Freak. But yeah, Nullstone Gaming again. There's still work to be done. With that said, so feeling good, feeling hyped. You know, you got the first part taken care of, but now I really almost like get depressed the more I think about it too. Again, you just think about it's like we got 4 great teams that are going to be playing in a tournament, and only one of these teams ultimately gets anything out of it with the trip to Thailand.
It's crazy though, because any one of those teams could go to Thailand. They're all good enough,
Yeah.
but only one could go. It's kind of crazy. It really is.
All right, let's do this. Apparently, they want to have they might do a team interview. So let me see if we can get their Skype. And then pull us in here, and just do the whole team because why not? Those can tend to be pretty fun.
Equality, man. Equality.
Also got another interview set up for after these guys, so definitely stay tuned for that as well, guys. Ask them to pull me in your Skype for a group interview. Man, this weekend though, another good weekend in the books, and you know it's one thing to say like, well, we finally finished the regular season, and now we're getting to the point of we're getting to the end of the playoffs here, and then eventually we got the World Finals. Like I said, it's about a month away here. March 28th and the 29th are the event dates. Hontour.com, the banner at the top. You can click on that, guys, and you can get all that information as far as the playoffs here at least. And the World Finals, there's the basic information up right now, but the eventual, all the data and information, all the teams and everything, that'll be coming later on in the month of March, as we know all that information ourselves. But there are still a couple more teams that need to be figured out from other regions as well. Well, including ours, of course, as we still need to find out our second team. Okay, it looks like they're inviting me. I'll get them. I'll drag you in as well here. So, all right, let's swap this over. Hello.
Hello.
What up, Reiki?
Hey, how's it going, guy? You calling Mini as well? Okay, cool.
I'm
Nice.
into it. I'm alright.
Whew, USA indeed. America, feeling good. What's up, guys? So, feeling pretty good, I'm sure, as a team here. Pretty hyped.
Yeah, it was good. Good game.
Just a
Definitely, definitely.
Who am I talking? So wait, who's Kevin? That's
Russia.
That's Russia. Okay, it's Russia and the Beaver, and then the guy that didn't answer is good old Oscar. He's done.
That's awesome.
He wants to say hi.
He doesn't want to interview with you guys. He's a little worried about his English.
Oh, he doesn't have a
my
mic.
gosh.
Yeah, we wanted to have you
Mike
just
there.
interview Oscar.
That could have been fun. Well, when you guys qualify for the World Finals, and then we'll get that interview. How about
I
that?
hope so.
Oh, yeah.
So with that said, again, obviously, you know, a good series here. It's pretty entertaining. What a game too, though. Especially, that token steal, man. That was one of the best token steals we've ever
that was
seen, no
really good.
doubt. Beaver, I got to ask you specifically. I mean, what was on your mind? How confident were you that you can make that happen?
I mean, everybody was yelling in the sky, asking me to buy a war and put it down. And I don't know. We were in the zone. We were in the zone when we went in on like Congo fight.
Yeah.
We had perfect timing with it too. The Chronos field, and then just pick up the token, and that turned the game around because we were a little worried about losing it.
Yeah, and Oscar had a really good mag ulti in the pit.
Yes.
I blinked.
And
it.
I fed by accident. I fed.
It was a bait. Tactical bait.
Of course, yes. Hey, everyone can't be perfect, right? But no, it came together, and that was clearly the turning point for you guys, and then you just took it full throttle from there on out. So you guys, you rolled over them in Game 1, you know, eventually come through with a victory in Game 2. Were you ever really worried going into this series, or were you guys just focused and you felt like you had a good chance all along?
We were pretty confident going into the series. We kind of know like the heroes that they like to run, so I think we took them out of their comfort zone a little bit, maybe. And I think we had a good game plan going in.
Carry Chronos. I mean, that's not something we've seen in a long time. What you got? I mean, what was the logic behind that?
It was Beaver's idea. I wasn't 100% on board, but I always trust my carry player when he wants a certain hero. So we made it work. We knew it would be good for locking down Puppet and Switchblade. So that was kind of the reasoning for why we picked it up.
Yeah.
And it worked out in the end, so It's good.
Were you, Beaver, were you ever concerned with your item? Because that's something we kind of noticed earlier on. The Null Stone, the Geometer's Bane, the damage as a team just didn't seem like it was a whole lot. Were you a little concerned that maybe you should have gone something else, or were you confident it would
Yeah,
always work?
definitely. Like right as I picked up the Null Stone, and I just noticed that I was going for the survivability, and then I just noticed that I did no damage, like whatsoever, in those team fights. We were not, especially when they were pushing into our base at bottom lane. We had no damage. We had to spend like 2 or 3 buybacks to even take them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we talked about that plenty.
Yeah, it might have been a mistake to go the Null Stone into Geos because there's no damage, and I was our like pretty much only physical damage except of Legionnaire, but it ended up working out once I got the Savage Mace. And
That it did. And again, you guys get the W in the end, so that's what matters here. Now you're going to the Final Four. Your opponents, you're matched up against Fresh. Fresh is a team that, in a sense, somewhat newer, especially with their full 5-man roster. Zibby most recently joining them, but clearly a team that's really good. They came out with the number 1 seed of Group A. Let's start with Resher here. Let's mix it up. Resher, what do you think about Mint here, and how confident are you? Think?
I think they're pretty good. I think Probusk and Zib are pretty good players, but honestly, I think the team to beat for us is Reason. We scrim them a lot, but when they take it seriously, it's a different game. And I don't know, I think I'm just worried about Reason more than Tree or Mint.
Yeah. You guys gonna plan to practice quite a bit this week. Fuzzy Sloth, what about you? Practice here?
Skip school!
Yeah.
Take a whole week off from school. No. We'll probably get some like scrims in when I get home from school and stuff around like 3, but try to get as much as we can in.
All right. Across the board here, so we'll start with what you got. So Thailand again. It's still a little bit of ways here, but what would it mean if you do qualify for Thailand? How cool would that be?
Oh my god, it'd be so awesome. I've never met anyone from my team, and also me personally, I've never like traveled like out of US. So for me, it'd be awesome just to like, see another country, see like the culture.
Yeah.
And I know Han's really big over there, so I know that'll be like really awesome too if we get to go. So.
All right. Beaver Banger, what about you?
I mean, just like Bennis or what you got, I haven't been outside the U.S. I haven't even really been outside my state. And I think the main thing that I'm looking forward to is being able to like hang out with people that actually that play Han, I guess, because like I don't know anybody that plays Han except for these guys.
Yeah.
And especially seeing Oscar. I think Oscar is the number 1 reason I am looking forward to going to Thailand.
Yeah. Me too. Resher, what about you?
Oh yeah, it'd be awesome. Like, yeah, it'd be cool to go over to like Asia again because I was over in Japan. But if I go to Thailand and visit, I might go to some other countries afterwards. But just going to Thailand itself, more so than the prize pool, is like a lot cooler for me.
And then Fuzzy to wrap it up.
It's just gonna be pretty cool to meet my team and play on LAN. I think playing on LAN would be really cool. And then watching Poppy with like no ping whatsoever.
Poppy is awesome.
That's Oscar, by the way.
That's what I assumed. Yeah.
No, is your mom okay? Is she gonna come to Thailand with you?
You guys want my mom to be chaperone?
Chaperone the trip.
Hey, Zlapt had his parents come. No, who had his parents come to a DreamHack event? They were actually pretty cool. I forget who it was, but it might have been Zlapt. But
I'm gonna hang out with Mickey, dude.
Oh no,
players.
Leon Black also had his parents come to a DreamHack. I remember that too. Anyways, that's something else. Minnie, do you have any questions for any of these guys here?
Yeah, it's what you got. It was the Helmblood Legion on Legionnaire. Like, I know a lot of the other Legionnaires be going like Striders, bottle into portal key. Something the Helmblood Legion, but that's like ultimate.
Why are you so hipster? Is what he's getting at.
Yeah.
It's just how I play Lego. I know there's chats probably play me because I don't go bottle ghost marchers and that stuff, but I like Helm personally. My team will stack for me a lot, and I play more of a semi-carry role. That game, to be perfectly fair, I think the staff was a mistake in that game because I was behind.
Yeah.
I usually get staff when I'm ahead, and then it puts me further ahead. So that game was probably a mistake, but as far as the Helm goes, I like it for doing stacks. It was being bulky.
It is. Also, what about Savage Mace on Bubbles? Noah, talk to me.
Dude, we need the
pretty swag.
DPS.
Yeah, we had no damage, so no one needed to like contribute.
I'm like, guys, Savage Mace. And,
Savage or buyback? Or just
Yeah.
get the Savage.
It's pretty swag.
Nice
And then the
stat line
DD
there.
that one fight.
Yeah, that avatar too. It's kind of funny that you mentioned that you paused the game at the beginning and mentioned that because
Oh.
I noticed that right away too. I was like, wait, does he have a double damage at 30 seconds into the game somehow? Anyways,
Oh yeah, the prisoner.
yeah, the prisoner avatar.
I had to play USA Bubbles too, man.
Oh, of course, Captain America
Represent.
Bubbles.
I told him to.
If Engineer or Bubbles is ever picked up by you guys, I mean,
Yeah, the America draft is Moon Queen, Bubbles, Engineer, all the America.
that's
skins.
true. Moon
Maybe
Queen has
Flag
one too. Yeah. You guys got to bust that out here. I would like that.
And
Okay.
finally, last question as well. Like, so obviously you said reason you sort of pretty fear the most because of like, what team do you think you have like completely figured out in terms of beating them? If there is a team.
Out of those 4
Yeah.
or those 3,
Yeah, not
maybe
including
Tree
yourself.
because their strategy's like been known for a long time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
Those
you
are my
guys
questions,
got
but I can
fresh. That's going to be coming up, so that's going to be a fun one, and that'll be the first match, I believe, and then followed by the other one there. So let's go across the board one more time here. This time around, though, any shout-outs that you guys want to give? So we'll start with Resher here. Resher, any shout-outs you want to make?
I just shout out to my team. Been a lot of fun playing with them. Shout out to my girlfriend Ray, and that's it.
Fuzzy Sloth, what do you got?
Shout out to my team, the casters, friends watching, my brother Nick, Shirley, Andrew, and yeah.
All right. Beaver Banger.
All right, I want to give a shout out to Bryce, Sobe, Breaky, of course. I love watching Breaky casts. Same with you, Minnie. I've grown very fond of you.
Oh, thank you. Is it the British
and-
accent?
Hopefully next time we can get Oscar in here to do a interview with you guys.
Yeah. Freaking Dodger, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to Oscar.
Anyways, I'll have to make another Skype account, like pretend I'm a girl or something, and get him on Honcast. And then do it that way.
Yo hablo inglés.
What's up? All right, what you got?
Let's see. Shout out to you guys for casting. Shout out to my team, of course. Shout out to the viewers watching. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, thanks to all of you and for bringing us in the Skype here, and again, another congratulations. So you got another week here and into next weekend, where once again you guys are going to be taking on Fresh. So thanks again, guys.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, take it easy.
All right, there we go. Let's get back on this other call here. So there we are. All right. So yeah, Nullstone came in there minus Oscar, unfortunately. Because Dodge in there maybe doesn't speak the best English, but
Maybe it's like testing disguise. They just don't want to sort of leak.
maybe
that
maybe it's really angry Testy. Yeah, that's that. You know what? That makes so much sense, Minnie. That makes so much sense. It must be true. God, it's never gonna stop, man. Angry Testy will always secretly be playing. All right. Anyways, guys. Well, actually, there is now one more thing we wanted to do here. Let me see if he's here. Let me see if he is around. But for those that may have caught the announcement, or maybe not, whatever the deal is there, we did announce one thing going into this weekend about the World Finals. Another thing being our caster team. And our caster team, of course, we got myself and Minnie going to be going there, covering the whole Hunters season here and everything. So you guys can expect us to be there. But we're also going to be joined by Beef once again, joining the party. Great guy, and definitely very deserving of that. Going to be fun to have him there. And then also, in case you missed the announcement, Swindle Melons, the one and only, will be a part of our casting team as well at the Han Tour World Finals. And for those that are curious, it's not going to be a four-man casting team for the matches. No, it's going to be switching it up here and there. It'll be two casters as usual, maybe three depending on the situation. But it will be switching in and out amongst one another, and that'll be a lot of fun at the World Finals. So that's going to be our casting team for there. And I bring that up too because here we go. Let's bring him on. I know it's been a little bit here. Going to be joined by him to just do a shorter interview of having him back and seeing what he thinks about the World Finals coming up and everything. So, Kyle, you there?
Hey, what's up? How you doing, Nick?
Doing good, Kyle. Doing good. A long time and no talk to you. Not too long, but a little bit here. Good to have you on. Thanks for joining us here. I know you're a busy
no
guy. Were you
Yeah,
watching the Han matches there by chance, or?
I watched pieces of it, but then I am actually playing Left 4 Dead 2 with my little brothers against Male and his stack. So it's like a Han game, but we're playing a different video game.
Nice.
Lots of fun, though.
Nice. I bet it is. I bet it is. So we were just talking about that. We just officially announced going into this weekend that you are going to be part of the casting team. Is it going to be pretty cool being back with Han? Be honest.
I'm really excited. The only thing that I'm sad about is that since I have other obligations, I literally can just go there and cast. I can't visit Paradise Island with my friend Pat and Sam. I think was going this year and everything, but it's okay. I'm really just psyched to get back to the event. I've had a lot of good experiences in Thailand. I love the culture. I love the people. The event's always a blast, and it'll be really interesting to just kind of mess with Sync because they're the big favorite. And they really think that they're cocky. They think they've got it, and it's just going to be so fun to just mess with them. I can't wait to do that.
That's going to be good times. There's a lot of people from the announcement. Of course, you've been off and doing your thing over there in Dota and whatnot, and
the game that must not be named.
What's that?
The game that must not be named.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. My bad. My bad. I said it. No, but you're over there in Dota too, and been having a good time over there and. Growing with complexity, but so with this, coming back to Heroes of New Earth, how ready do you think you're going to be? I mean, how out of the Han scene have you been, or have you at least been chiming in here and there? How confident are you that you'll be just fine?
Truthfully, it honestly is almost the same as when I was still in Stay Green, where I understand Sync's play style and I get what they're doing, and everyone else is confusing and really unpredictable. And I think that's mostly because Sync's the only team with the real experience that we had, and they lost a lot more than these other teams did against much better competition. And I get their strategy, and I'll probably talk to Aiden and Pontus about it before going to the event and at the event. But I have truthfully not been paying much attention at all, other than to most of the Grand Finals games. I watch pretty much every Finals, but again, it's like, on one hand, is that really that much dedication to Han? Sure, not really, but when I was on Stay Green, that's really all I was watching anyway. So I think that I get how the game is supposed to be played still. That does not mean I know what some of the unconventional ideas are.
The baseline is there, though, and I will say we had you on for the awards that we did. Of course, you taking home the Captain Award, deservingly so, this last year. But you did bring up about Deadwood. People need to be looking at to him, and guess what? He's actually being played quite a bit. I will say that. I don't know if you've actually noticed that or not, but he has been played quite a bit. So
I've been excited. It's just, I mean, again, people used to flame that, the hero's actually not, okay, it's not difficult. But it's difficult to master, and the amount of damage you can output is drastically altered based on how well you understand the combination. Like if you can, make sure you maximize the CC ulting for the minus arm, but right as the Q fades, you throw a tree and then attack it with pick up another one. Like just a lot of really easy things that take practice. It's sort of like tread swapping. It's like the tread swapping hero. Everything you do is the same sort of mechanic. So I'm glad that people started to pick it up because I really think it's got a lot of potential.
Yeah. Minnie, you got any questions for Kyle here that we have on?
Can you teach me how to cast?
Teach you how to cast? Well, first you gotta drop your accent.
Dang.
Eat some cheeseburgers like real Americans because everyone knows that Americans are just better at everything. But I don't know. It's hard because I kind of feel like it's easy for me because I've played the game for so long. But you kind of just got to keep at it. I mean, Ziori, I think, is a great example of someone I've always thought was a completely atrocious caster, but he's leveled up from completely awful to somewhat bad. And, coming from me, that's a compliment. So,
he's had a persevere through quite a lot as well. So,
it's weird. We all agreed that when he cut off the dreads, he immediately became a better caster. I don't know why, but it was just like a visceral thing.
Looked
but
a lot
I'm not.
different,
I don't flame. I don't flame.
Fair enough. Anything else, Minnie?
No, I'm just obviously looking forward to meeting you. Watched you a lot when I was just a lowly Honcast
When you were just a nobody.
When I was a nobody.
I'm really excited.
I'm still a nobody.
I've always wanted to cast Han, and I'm glad that you asked me and not Trouf. I'm just glad that I won 5 lands, and finally.
Well, how do you know we didn't ask Trouf first? I mean. Oh, geez.
I guess I don't.
Oh, shots fired. No, of course.
Yeah.
We're an obvious choice, and being the returning champion alone, I think is more than worthy of having you come back. I think it's safe to say.
I
so.
already asked Beef that I made it cool that I'm bringing my Stay Green jersey, so I'll
Nice.
probably wear that. Maybe put the complexity on for a little bit, but I mean, in Thailand, I think I'll always be Stay White.
Hey,
Stay Green.
I got my Stay Green jersey as well. Might have to pop that out.
All right, nice. Maybe I mean, honestly, like I don't know if you've really watched many sync games, but I think if there's probably going to be like 5 people with the jerseys in Thailand. I mean, we
Yeah.
could probably play them, and if we enter the tournament, I'm pretty sure we could beat them.
The wild card event, yeah, we could do that. That's true.
Yeah.
We should talk about that.
You know,
later.
we were considering coming back to play, but I think that event's only open to the Thai teams, or we
Yeah.
would have come to UIOC.
That would have been crazy.
We weren't going to tell you guys either. We were just going to show up.
Just all of a sudden, classic Stay Greens there. That would have been something. All right, man. Obviously, no, yeah, really looking forward to it. It's good to have you, and hopefully we can have you to come on to at least cast a couple of matches even before the event. But hey, going to be at the event, and that's what really matters. So, looking forward.
Yeah,
to that.
I would like to. I'm just like I kind of last minute said I could cast this one because we're playing like pretty rapidly. There's really everyone knows the premier event in the game I play, and it's coming up pretty soon. And
Yeah.
I think we have a reasonable chance of making it to it. So I gotta we're working about as hard, if not harder, than we were in that first team house in Stay Green, and we're planning on getting to another team house in the next month or so. And it's just a big investment.
Mm-hmm.
But this time we got this guy's going to be a chef, and he's awesome. I am
Nice.
so excited.
When is the
I forget
international?
to eat.
When is that?
I think mid-August, but qualifiers in
Yeah.
May.
Oh, okay.
August 8th.
Got you.
You guys will be my first shout out when we win the big bucks.
Nice. Look forward to that. Hey, Peter Pandan did it. I'm sure. Well, he got second, so he gets to win it.
Well, he just won the second biggest Dota tournament of all time. So
That too. Yeah,
more motivation.
that's true.
That anything he can do, I can do better, sort of thing. So
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna work on it, and I'm just the purpose of this interview is to talk about Han, and I am still a fan. I still love the game. If you guys had $1 million tournaments, I'd be playing here, but like I just that was the reason. I love the game. I've grown fond of Dota, but if you guys wanted me to come back every year to do this, I probably would say yes every time because it's just such a fun event. And again, if you haven't gone to Thailand, you got to try it out. It's really a lot of fun.
Definitely is. Kyle, thanks again, man. Always a pleasure, and obviously look forward to the World Finals eventually. Seeing you there. Enjoy Left 4 Dead.
I appreciate it, man. You guys have a good one. All right.
You too. There we go. Swindlemelon's joining us there. So, again, he's going to be one of the forecasters. Myself, Minnie, Beef, and Swindlemelons going to the World Finals. So, good to talk with him again. And obviously, again, he'll be there at the World Finals and bring in plenty more to that. So, Minnie, I think that is going to have things come to a conclusion here, though, as far as today's casting. And Group B now officially in the books. And, man, we got the fun stage coming up. The really good stage, the Final Four. Oh, boy.
I know, man. It's getting
Next
exciting.
Saturday.
I
It
can
is.
barely contain it.
It is.
Crazy.
One more announcement, too, guys, before we officially wrap up here. Again, tomorrow there will be a special cast here on Honcast. It will only be about half an hour or so. I believe we're planning to do around 2 p.m. Eastern, 2000 Central European Time. There will be more on the Facebook and tomorrow about it officially, but going to be doing a patch preview of the upcoming patch. Not only some of the fun avatars in it, but also perhaps a couple other things, as well as the new hero in Deadlift, obviously going to be coming out as well. So definitely look forward to that. Check out the hero spotlight if you haven't yet of Deadlift, and look forward to that. But as far as Honcast competitive coverage goes, guys, next weekend, Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 1800 at Central European Time, we'll be kicking off with the Final Four. Fresh versus Nullstone Gaming, followed by Willowkeeper versus Reason Gaming. The winners play on Sunday in a straight-up best-of-5. Winner of that goes to Thailand with Sync Esports, representing the North American European region, and a lot of money going to be on the line on top of it all. So only one of those 4 teams going to be making it on. Next weekend, though, going to be hype, going to be awesome, and going to be a great lead-in into the eventual World Finals that are coming around the corner about a month away, just over a month away here, as we're talking about. So, Minnie, any final words, any shout-outs here?
No, just always congratulations to Nullstone, and man, I wish we could do the Final Four like now.